We're looking at the final figure in the latest Jada Toys Street Fighter wave. We're looking at Guile, on the way I got it figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? The way I got it figured, back with another Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers review. And this time, it's that all-American military dude, Guile. So first off, I want to apologize. My microphone has been giving me fits lately. I have acquired a new microphone, but it was for when this one either broke or died, but this one just suddenly stopped working. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't care. I have a new microphone, but I don't have it with me right now, so I can't use it for this video. So I do apologize for that in advance. The last couple of videos, the mic's been in and out, and I just don't understand what's going on with this mic. So that said, back to the review. Guile, Street Fighter, Jada Toys, let's go. So we got Guile. I would say out of all of the figures for this year, he's absolutely the most anticipated of all the releases, maybe aside from Ken, because Ken came out very early in the year. But it's probably Guile right after that. So Guile, we're going to end off with Guile, and I'm very excited to have this guy. So of course, we're going to start off with the package as we always do. And with these Jada Toy Street Fighter figures, we can go over the package very quickly because they're all the same. So you've got your standard Jada Toys package and Guile with his Super Street Fighter 2 character select face. Guile's in there looking real mean, looking real stern with his accessories. And on the back, you've got Guile in his sort of standard fighting pose, and he looks great. We're not going to belabor that point. We're going to get Guile out and see what we got. All right, so we've got Guile out of his package with all of his accessories, and he looks quite good. Just like I did with DJ, I put on his, his dog tags because I just didn't want to lose them or have anything happen to him. As you can see, one of the accessories he comes with is his comb. It's exceedingly small, so I have to take exceeding care to make sure that nothing happens to it between here and getting back to my house. But it's all there. And starting with his accessories, he's got his Sonic Boom. Looks really cool, stands on the stand very well, as you can see. He's got a hand to hold the comb. He's got it almost looks like the same hand as Fei Long, with just the gesture, like if he's combing his hair with the other hand. And of course, we've got the comb itself. And then finally, we've got the extra portrait for Guile, the one I can see using the most, which is the angry Guile. Guile's a very angry, revenge-driven character. And so this one seems at least as appropriate as the straight but yet still mean face. He's consumed with vengeance because of the supposed death of Charlie Nash, his mentor who trained him in the Special Forces arts. And yes, it's all there. It's great. So looking at Guile himself, he is super burly, and he looks Very cool, very right out of the video game. Got his tattoos on his arm, exceedingly rah-rah America type character. And that's cool. You know, I mean, I've been playing these games since they came out, but just looking at a tattoo, a full tattoo of the United States flag on both of his arms just shows, you know, the dedication. It's ridiculous, the pain that you would have to go through for these large tattoos. But they're there. He is super appropriate to that. And it's great to see. All right, so we got Guile posed up with his comb and his gesturing hand, which he does have like combat poses with a hand gesture, sort of like that. So I do like this hand. You can do a lot of things with it. And Guile, as I said earlier, he looks great. Also, my mic's working again all of a sudden, so you know, I don't know what's going on with that. As I said, it's crazy. But moving right along, so we're gonna see Guile with his comb and getting a closer up look at his mug. He looks really good. I mean, he's got all the lines that Guile has been drawn with. You can't necessarily see them when you're playing the sprite, but you know, in artwork, he's got the familiar lines on his face. His eyes are painted well. I like that. Big, burly, barrel-chested. I already remarked on the flags. And his posability is pretty ridiculous. You know, you can do a number of poses with him, number of angles with the poses. So he's doing everything he's supposed to do. I mean, I don't, you know, I like the texture of the camouflage, but you know, almost anything would be good as long as it looks like Guile camouflage. I do like the brighter colors on him. He's definitely in a more video game-ish kind of palette. That's pretty cool. I like it. Pop his head off. So you can look up pretty good, look down pretty good. No issues there. Yeah, that's Guile. So I guess what I want to do now is do some. Here, let's do a fighting kick pose that we know he does. He just does one sort of like this, just to show that he can do these sorts of things. Like one of his air kicks that he does. I almost want to use that as the thumbnail, but that's a good one. You know, he can do some pretty dynamic poses, flash kick. Pretty deep pose there. I mean, That's a great figure right there. He's looking really good. You can express the sonic boom multiple ways, more than one way to do that, but sonic boom. So yeah, looks really good. So let's get Guile some comparisons. So our first Guile pose comparison is going to be with Guile. So if you've seen my Chun-Li review, you've seen the Soda Toys Player One Guile before, and here he is. That figure does hold up remarkably well in the appearance of Guile, but what you're getting with this figure is much greater articulation and posability. I'm not going to sit here and compare a 20-year-old figure to a figure that just came out in 2024. I'm not going to do that. It's not to denigrate the Soda Toys version in any way, but you know, this one is just more modern sensibility, so to speak. But this one still looks like Guile, and if this is the one you have, you could live with that, then there you go. He does have the additional, you know, he doesn't have ankle rockers, but he does have toes, so he sort of trades there. And his tattoos are smaller than they should be. They should be big like they are on this Guile. So comparison-wise, that's the only comparison I'm going to make. But I like this one for articulation better, and I do feel like his size, the overall bulk of Guile in the chest and abdomen area is a little bit better than this Guile, but it never, you know, like this is not like destroyed by this Guile, but this is still a good Guile. But obviously, this is gonna be my Guile, like, and I would suggest that for anybody. This is just a better figure, basically. Bottom line. So there's that first comparison. Second, I will bring in Cammy from the same wave. And Cammy, of course, looks great. And then on the third wave, the third figure, I'm gonna bring in DJ for that whole wave. And I got DJ here in a kind of a kneeling pose. And I wanted to show that because some guy on the internet was saying he didn't like the posability of DJ, that some kind of way he was not up to snuff or whatever. Just don't listen to what people say on the internet. This figure poses just as well as any other Street Fighter figure that's come out. There's nothing articulation-wise or posability-wise that's lesser than any other figure. In fact, he can stand on one leg doing a kick. So, you know, I just hate when people do stuff like that. But anyway, that's those guys. From a buddy standpoint, definitely feel like gotta bring in Chun-Li. And then if you follow kind of the official, unofficial canon, we'll bring in the brother-in-law Ken Masters. So as it turns out, Ken Masters' wife Eliza is the sister of Guile's wife Julia. Somewhere along the lines they made that connection. And then last but not least, we'll bring in Guile's nemesis, the object of his revenge, M. Bison. And I'm really glad to see all of these guys. They're all done. We've got them all. We waited, you know, roughly 2 years to get all of these guys. And think it's cool. Really like a year and a half, to be honest. Not even 2 years. We can't even say that. And the line has progressed really far. We've even got multiples of certain characters, so you know that's a good thing. And they do all look great together. So with that, we can move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, Guile. Hey, I don't think I should have to say anything. He's a 10 out of 10. It's Guile, all the way straight down the line. Awesome posability. I think I showed that in the video. Awesome look to the character. Certainly worthy of being on anybody's Street Fighter shelf. And he's a $24.99 figure, $25 action figure. So, you know, what is there to complain about? He's a fan favorite. He's been in a sense the star of Street Fighter over the course of time, and he's still a star now. 10 out of 10. All right, guys, that concludes our look at the latest wave of Street Fighter. Guys, we will continue to get all of the Street Fighter figures from Jada, with maybe an odd omission of a player 2 character or something, just because I just don't like that color or whatever. But at least one version of every character will be seen on this channel, so stick around for that. And it's a great line. Jada's knocking it out of the park, and so we're gonna keep on keeping on with it. This is also the final review that will be up for 2024. So I'll see you all back here tomorrow, where we'll start the next year for Way I Got It Figured. Till then, everybody stay safe. Happy New Year. Peace.
The way I got it figured.